I share the mail. Please check your mail, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. Let me check.
Priyanka, ma'am.
Ma'am, now voice is clear. Ma'am, are
No,
you able to hear the
no,
voice?
no, no. There is no voice actually. I think there is some issue in Zoom. वो voice नहीं आती है इसमें, नहीं आ रही है. No issue. हम वीडियो बाद में आप इसको डिस्प्ले कर दीजिए, दे दीजिए पार्टिसिपेंट्स को. No issue.
मधु मैम, वॉइस आ रहा था अभी वीडियो?
वॉइस नहीं, वीडियो में नहीं आ रहा था. वीडियो में नहीं आ रहा है. हाँ. Only video is visible, picturization, but there is no audio. Okay, no issue, Priyanka ma'am. You can share the part with participants.
Okay, okay. Okay, Madhu ma'am.
Yes, Priyanka ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. By the time we can start the session and
Yeah,
the recording video, we will just check it after the after your lecture.
yes, ma'am.
Okay, so good afternoon once again to all the participants on the second session of day 4 AICTE sponsored short-term training program on topic entitled Interplay between Health, Well-being, Community, and Environment and Community Pharmacy. So, on the behalf of SIRT Pharmacy and Social, I would like to welcome Dr. Madhu Gupta ma'am. She is recently working as an associate professor in pharmaceutics, School of Pharmaceutical Sciences, Delhi Pharmaceutical Science and Research University, New Delhi. So, before starting, I would like to give a brief introduction about ma'am. Dr. Madhu Gupta ma'am has completed his B.Pharm and his B.Pharm and M.Pharm from Dr. Hari Singh Gaur University, Sagar in year 2004 and 2008. Ma'am did his PhD in pharmaceutical sciences from Department of Pharmaceutical Science, Dr. Hari Singh Gaur University, Central University, Sagar, with under the guidance of Professor S.P. Vyas sir. Ma'am, till now, ma'am has more than 15 years of experience in research, academic, and administration. Till now, ma'am has received grant of rupees 33 lakhs in for the completion of his research project, and ma'am has also published two books, international books, and she has filed till now two patents. Ma'am has published more than 145 publications in various national and international journals with Google Scholar citation 715, S index 13, I-10 index 15, Scopus citation 452, S index 11, Web of Science में citation 496, S index 12, and total API 1370.5, and total impact factor of this publication is 122.42. Ma'am has also received Ma'am has also been awarded as a Youth Education Icon of the Year 2018 in ICIM DS in 2018 in second international conference on innovation in pharmaceutical, medical and biosciences in association with CVPI, Indian Pharmaceutical Commission at Ghaziabad in 2018. He has received Young Scientist Award in 2018 by Biomaxcon International Conference in Recent Advance in Biomedical Sciences. Ma'am has received the Best Administrative Service Award in 2018 by Grace India Educational Charitable Trust with Bharat Ratna, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam Memorial Grace India at Delhi University. Ma'am has received the IDMA GC Nair Award in 2004 for gold medalist. Received also received Professor C.S. Chauhan Award for securing highest marks in B.Pharm in 2004. Ma'am has received Best Poster Presentation Award in his research work at Madras in year 2012. Ma'am has also worked as an editorial board member in Youth in Medicine Research in 2018. So there is in a very small tenure, ma'am has received and awarded with so many honors and accomplishments, and would be also invited as a guest lecturer in various organizations. Also actively participated and organized various conferences, seminars, and workshops. So with these words, I would like to invite Madhu Gupta ma'am, Dr. Madhu Gupta ma'am, on this platform.
Thank you, Priyanka ma'am, for addressing me such a nice way. So thanks. First of all, a very good afternoon to all the participants, Director SIRT, Organizing Secretary Dr. Ruchi Jain, coordinators Miss Durga Pandey, Miss Priyanka Rathore, and Miss Survi Jain, and the organizing such a AICTE sponsored STTP program for the theme of interplay between the health, wellness, and environment in a such a nice and executed manner. I have listened the first session also today, so it's a very executed and nice manner. I appreciate all the organizing team of the SIRT, and I also like to congratulate to all the organizing members who take their efforts to day and night for executing such a nice STTP program. And I would like to thanks Priyanka ma'am and the directors and all the team of SIRT members who give me an opportunity for interacting such a nice platform. So thanks with these words. If ma'am permit, can I share my presentation so that we can start?
Sure, thank you.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. So I just share my presentation. Ma'am, please see, is it visible?
Yes, ma'am, visible, ma'am.
So, okay, ma'am. So I just start. So first of all, the topic that I have selected, that is the pharmacist is the connecting link between the health and wellness. Actually, I just thought and explored the internet to choose a topic that is really more or related to the STTP theme. So basically today I will discuss between the link between the health and wellness and the role and responsibilities of the pharmacist. Actually, we all are the pharmacists, so we are a very important persons, because sometimes persons say ki medical field is very good, but pharmacist is also a very important field for the healthcare. They are actually a important healthcare soldiers person. So with these words, this is the picture that can depict the relationship between the patients as well as the pharmacist. So you can see how the pharmacist is important with the patients and the healthcare team. They are the frontline workers. And in society, everyone think doctor is very important, but yes, of course doctor is very important, but pharmacist is also equally important, because without pharmacist, I think doctor can't be treated patient in a such a nice or proper way. So this is the again second picture. So now, as I have selected the topic health and wellness. So first of all, I would like to introduce the health. So what is the health? And everybody knows that health is a state of complete physical, mental, social, and spiritual well-being, and not merely the absence of any particular type of disease. So basically, if a person that is having all types of physically fit, mentally fit, socially and spiritually, all types of healthy life, then he or she said yes, they are supposed to have a good health. So we can say a person that is having ability to lead a socially and economically produce productive life, that is considered as a healthy manner, healthy persons. So if we discuss the concept of health, holistic concept of health, so we can recognize the strength of social, economic, political, and environmental aspects, because they are directly influence the health of any person, directly or indirectly. Everybody, nobody can say think even ki social, economic, political, and environmental. All these facts affects their life, and in this modern day, a person is leading a very stressful life, so they are having prone to susceptible for various type of disease. So all these things can particularly important for affecting a person's health. So there are several determinants of health. Or you can say there are several types of measures that can determine the health as a heredity. For example, if a person is having the heredity in diabetic conditions or diabetes, so it is a very high chances that it's his or her next generation may be prone for diabetes. Environmental, yes, of course, environment is also affect the person's health. If in this present scenario, in a metro city there are so much polluted cities. So like I am living in Delhi, so Delhi is a very polluted city in India, or you can say in world. So persons is not leading a quality of life. So environment will directly or indirectly affect your life. Socio-economic condition, yes, they are also affect the health of any person's health. And family welfare service, lifestyle. Today is a person leading a very stressful life, so their lifestyle, their food and eating habits, they are also impact their health status. And there are several other miscellaneous factors that can affect the person's health. So overall, this is a very short view of about the health. Now we have to understand the concept of disease. What is the disease? So from my point of view, disease is a very complex interaction that can occurs between the man or agent and the environment. You can say it's a integrated interaction between the man, agent and the environment. If we discuss from the ecological point of view, then we can define it as the maladjustment of the human organism or the environment that is considered as the disease. So this is very short brief about the disease concept. So how environmental impact the all these three things. So you can say in this pictures, in this picture we can see there are three pillars: human activities, health of individuals, as well as the environment. All these indirectly or directly have an impact of the health, and they are very integrated, or you can say it in a very trigonal shape. So after all, if human doing any activity, it directly impacts the environment, either in way of physical, biological, or psychological manner. And environment is affect the health of individuals. And in other way we can see human activities, sorry, human activities also impact the health of individual. So these three pillars are interrelated with each other and integrate with each other. So they directly or indirectly impact with health of the any persons. So we have already discussed the disease, health, and the environmental relationship between the health and human activities. Now there is a thing that is in already in theme, well-being. So first of all, we should know कि what is the well-being. क्या होता है ये well-being, है ना? So at my point of view, it is a state of being comfortable, healthy and happy life, so that any person that can be understood as a well-being person if the person feel happy and how they function in proper way. So they are considered as a well-being in the personal or social aspects, and they can evaluate their life in a happy and healthy way. So there are 7 dimensions or 7 measures that can that can play a very important role for a well-being. So first of all, the physical activity. If in lockdown season, in every day, all of you have seen in every group, almost yoga, physical exercise, aerobics. There are so many exercise, and there are so many webinars were conducting at that time, because at that time persons are in very stressful manner, they are in depressing mode. So physical activity is a very important role. Physical being well-being is a very important role to focus on the healthy habits. If a person want to lead a happy life, so first of all he or she should have a physical activities that can create some healthy habits. And it is also important to build the strength, flexibility and endurance. And it is also important because physical activities is directly important to prevent the disease, because in this time a person is very dependent on the machine based or robotic based. uh, Everything is, इतनी सारे tools and market में है कि they can easily doing their work without getting any physical activity. But physical activity is also very important if a person wants to live a happy life. And it can come, basically it can comes from the exercise or various ways that is you can explore from the Google. And but most important thing, if physical activity is not a generalized statement, it is a customized way, because every person's body needs different requirements. So it is very important कि every person has a specific requirement, so they have a specific exercise or they have a specific physical activity, so it is a customized way and it can different from person to person. So in concluding way you can say कि fitness at your pace means every person having different pace of exercise or physical activity. Second important thing is the intellectual well-being. So when a person having a active and open-minded, he or she is considered as a intellectual person. So basically, if a person is intellectual, it is filled with the passion and purpose. Person is having a passion to do anything, and if he try, if he or she will try, then definitely they will do their achieve, or they will achieve their goals. So intellectual well-being is very important to provide in increasing and stimulating the activities and to keep your mind sharp and happy and healthy. Then intellectual is important. And the most important thing is all these 7 dimensions are interconnected with each other. So kahin na kahin physical is related with the intellectual, and intellectual is related to the environment. Third is the environment. So how environmental well-being is important? So it can help to planet and bring a sense of accomplishment, and it can well-being to your life. So it is very important. If you are living in a society and its environment is very good, then of course you are tension free or stress free. You can live a happy life, healthy life. So it is very important. Next is the vocational well-being. So it is basically focus on your life. You can create a positive impact in your workplace or your family, or and as well as it can reap the benefits of the health benefits, and it can increase or adding the purposes of your life. So it is also very important. Social well-being, of course, as I discussed already, कि social is also important, because health is not कि body में आपके कुछ हो गया है. Body के साथ साथ social, economical, political is also very important, because if a person having financial constraint, then how he or she can live a happy life. अगर उसके साथ फाइनेंशियल इशू है तो ऑफ कोर्स इस in today's scenario there is a very problematic conditions ki he can live a better life. So all only body is not important, all other factors are also important for living a happy life, leading a happy life. So social well-being, it depends on the your personal context. If your personal context is good, and also everybody is in in their college phase, and all of you know कि whenever we are with our friends, so we are very happy. Friends and family both are the very important things of a person's life. So social, if you have a social networking, that you can contribute your long and fulfilling the life. You can share your happiness, it can increase. as कोट भी है ऐसा कि अगर आप अपनी खुशी को शेयर करते हो अपने फ्रेंड्स के साथ, फैमिलीज के साथ, it can be doubled. And if you share your trouble or griefiness, then it can reduce. So it is of course worthful. ये ऐसे ही नहीं है. It is very true कि if you are a social person, that means you are a very intellectual person. If you are intellectual, that means your mind is sharp and happy and healthy. and so that means you are doing a physical activity plus you are satisfying in your life, most important thing. So social well-being, you can create your health support network for your life, and it can really help and support for your quality leading of life. Emotional well-being, yes, emotions is very important. If you feel happy or any type of emotions, you can share with your contacts who are your near or dear, so you can share, so you can relieve at that time. If you are in trouble, if you are not in good state, then अगर आप अपनी फैमिली के साथ कुछ शेयर करते हो तो एटलीस्ट योर जो भी उस समय आपकी स्टेट ऑफ माइंड है, अगर दैट इज इन डिप्रेसिंग मोड, तो मे बी कि आप थोड़ा सा उसको अपलिफ्ट कर पाओगे, थोड़ा सा बेटर कंडीशन में आ पाओगे. तो इट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. इमोशनल पार्ट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, and it can achieve the balance your life. Spiritual well-being, today's scenario everybody wants to live a happy life, so happy healthy के लिए everybody wants to aerobics exercise. There are several types of yoga क्यों करते हैं? Yoga is the purpose of yoga is to body, mind and soul are in a controlling mode. You can control your body, mind and soul, and ultimately if these three things are in control, that you can find the inner peace, and inner peace is very important. So spiritual well-being is also important from my point of view. So these are the 7 pillars that are important for a well-being. So this is the video. After this slide, Priyanka ma'am, I request you कि after this presentation, either you can share the link with the participants so they can see the video. It's a very good talk about the health and wellness. So after
Sure,
this
ma'am.
presentation, okay, thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Now, now the second part of the healthcare analytics, because in my presentation, I have I have described the connecting link between the pharmacist and the health and wellness. So all of you know, pharmacists is a healthcare soldiers. They have they are play a very important role. So pharmacist is a very frontline worker, and now the healthcare analytics. Now, first of all, there are in market, there are so many devices, so there are so many data are produced. So what we do, data का क्या होता है, how we can change this data in transforming the healthcare landscape in India, and the source is ET Health World. So I just try to compile the things. So if we see the all over the world, we can see we have around 4 lakhs health apps, and everybody have in your mobile, have around 1 to 2 health apps. Everybody have in your mobile. So in this world, around 4 lakhs health app that can monitor a different types of variety. They can monitor their diagnosis or their health conditions. For example, if you want to monitor your heart rate, blood pressure, slow sleep patterns, calories intake, physical activity, blood glucose level, cholesterol level, and other parameters. So there are several types of apps that is available in the market, and if you can go to that apps or the tools or devices, so that you can easily detect the. पहले हम क्या, अगर if you want, if we want to check the BP, then for in previous time हम कहाँ जाते थे, डॉक्टर्स के पास जाते थे, but now we have a digital BP apparatus, so we can easily check the BP in our home. So these are the tools. Now in mobiles there are several applications, there are several apps. They can, by connecting, you can easily monitor your BP, sleep pattern. There are several types of disease pattern, or you can monitor your health. And this self monitoring information that is used to increase the, and they can provide the more accurate information, and ultimately these data, they are produced, they are transformed, their how healthcare will be delivered to the people. जो ये डेटा क्रिएट होते हैं, ये कहाँ जाते हैं? दे आर स्टोर्ड ऑन द क्लाउडिंग स्पेस, एंड अल्टीमेटली दीज डेटा आर एनालाइज्ड, observed and analyzed, critically analyzed by the healthcare workers, healthcare persons, and they are routinely used ki how they can updated their devices or their disease, or they can improve the treatment any particular disease, or they can improve their disease tools. So these data can be used in a very vast way. So we can see कि, all these paradigms have seen a radical shift कि how data is collected, their storage, their maintenance, they are managed, analyzed, encrypted, and visualized. Uh, Whenever the data is stored and they all these things should put together, then new ecosystem has create, and it has the potential not only to improve the disease prevention, but also they can increase the accuracy of diagnostics. They can provide the self medications and uh, treatments that is available. They can be updated for more effective approach, or they can provide the more effective therapy, because in every time there is a room to there is always a room to learn everything. So by using these data, we can use this data to improve their disease prevention, accuracy, diagnostic accuracy, self medications. Because these data in for example, if you have install an app in your mobile, and क्या होता है कि if you have a medication, you have administered 2 times, और एक टाइम आप मिस कर जाते हो, तो in what happens in that time, what happens, these such type of apps will alarming you कि now this is the time to take the medicine. So these type of health apps can used in a very proper way and in a personalized way. But finally, it encourages and personalized and patient-centric approach to medicine. And in previous way, ट्रेडिशनल अप्रोच क्या होती थी कि वन साइज फिट्स ऑल, मींस एक टाइप की मेडिसिन it can be used for all types of population, but it is not way. This is the time to provide the personalized medicine, customized medicine according to the persons, because every person has different types of patterns. So maybe it may be chances कि they have different types of medicines requirements. So this type of data can be used for making the personalized medicines or personalized approach that is more centered to the patient centric approach. Now these healthcare analytics or your data, how they can use. So basically healthcare analytics, it is a very generic term, and it can be used, or it have a different view for different stakeholders, because in healthcare there are 5 types of stakeholders, or they can use such type of data in their according way. For if the healthcare practitioner use, they can use such type of data in their own way. For government may be used for preparing the policies, or they can determine ki, yes, this particular region having affected such type of particular disease, or you can say healthcare providers. For pharmaceutical company अपने according use करते हैं data को, and patients अपनी तरीके से. So one by one we can discuss every aspects. So first, how healthcare practitioners use such type of data to for betterment of their practice. Basically healthcare practitioners, they are basically interested in the clinical analytics or the clinical data, because clinical data, it can help for personalizing treatment, monitor the health, they can consult remotely, and they can utilize such predictive health analytics for the decision making. If a health practitioner use or observe such type of data, then they can a decision maker कि yes, such type of drug is not working on that type of person, or if he or she is having a particular disease, so it is not workable. So he or she can have brainstorming, and they can reach a final conclusion, and they can take a decision. So it also used for decision making. If we can discuss in the terms of government, so government क्या करती है, on the basis of unified data that is collected through the patient by the patients, they can help identify the patterns and analyze the trends at regional or national level, कि इस पर्टिकुलर रीजन में या इस पर्टिकुलर कंट्री में इस टाइप की डिसीज क्यों क्रिएट हो रही है, क्यों अफेक्ट कर रही है पर्सन्स को. इफ द पॉपुलेशन हैविंग स्पेसिफिक जीन और स्पेसिफिक environment effect. So they can use such type of data to identify patterns and analyze the trends of a particular environment. They can create an interdisciplinary team and they can analyze the data. And it can also help government to develop the health policy, because government is a person that can implement the health policies, and health policy is very important. Interventions programs for specific demographics, prepare and responding if any particular population or a particular region having a specific type of disease, or it is not controllable, to then they can implement the healthcare emergency. So for government, if we discuss about the government, so the government can use such type of data in that type of monitoring and healthcare policies, for preparation of healthcare policies. If we discuss about the healthcare providers means the person that is working on the lab or hospitals, or you can say in pharmacist or healthcare analytics. They can use such type of data in its longitudinal form, or they can use such data for help to mapping the patient's health journey. If they consult a person, they consult a patient, so they can mapping the patient's particular patient's health journey, and they can contribute to improve the particular healthcare outcomes. They can diagnose, they can go through their proper health journey, and finally they reached a conclusion by discussing with the healthcare team, and it may be possible they can improve the healthcare outcomes as presently available. If we consider the pharmaceutical companies having so many sections, so many divisions, just R&D labs, sales and marketing, so they can use such type of data to prepare tools that is more beneficial or more effective as present in the market. For example, artificial intelligence. कहाँ से आया artificial intelligence? Artificial intelligence क्या? It's a machine learning. कि जो एक पर्सन करता है, if by you employing the artificial intelligence, we can use this artificial intelligence in the drug discovery, market assessment, brand intelligence, customer outreach and engagement, and they are doing their work in the very efficient manner. So pharmaceutical companies, according to their benefits, they can use such type of data to invent or discover the new things. If we consider the patient is also a stakeholder, and patient, how they can use such type of data. Health data can encourage the patient so that they can proactively participate in the care process. सपोज अगर आपके घर में कोई डायबिटिक पर्सन है, ठीक है, तो यू नो कि डायबिटिक पर्सन्स के क्या चैलेंजेस होते हैं, उनकी लाइफ स्टाइल्स कितनी डिफरेंट होती है, उनको एवरी टाइम पे खाना खाने या नाश्ते के टाइम पे दे हैव टू टेक द मेडिसिन. सो यू कैन लर्न देयर एक्सपीरियंस एंड एज वेल, सो यू वांट टू स्टे हैप्पी हेल्दी लाइफ. आप उन सब चीजों को दूर करोगे, जो भी रीजन्स होते हैं, सिम्टम फैक्टर्स होते हैं दैट कैन अफेक्ट द, और दे आर play important role for creating a such particular type of disease. So patient is also use such type of data for proactive participants in the care process. Plus this is basically this is contrast with the traditional approach in which unme kya hota hai, you can go to the doctor monitor your symptoms and give your medicines and make the final decision, but it is a different approach. So patient also can use. So basically there are 5 types of stakeholders. They can use such type of data in their own way. So next is what is the applications of the healthcare analytics. First is the preemptive treatment with the healthcare analytics. The data that we have gathered or that is stored in the clouding space, how the data can be used. As we know कि real world evidence, जो भी practically आप real world में feel करते हो, disease कोई होती है, फिर आपके के साथ जो भी monitoring diagnostic आपकी treatment approaches होती है, that can be considered as a real world evidence. जो भी आपके डेटा एनालाइज होते हैं, गैदर्ड होते हैं फ्रॉम द बेसिस ऑफ द रूटीन क्लिनिकल प्रैक्टिस, it can be used by the stakeholders to make informed decisions. And second, you healthcare persons or healthcare analytics data that can allow if any disease to be discovered at in their earlier mode. If you are routinely check up, so it may be possible if you are observing your body, so and all these data are stored. एंड अगर हम वर्ल्ड वाइड डेटा की बात करते हैं और या कंट्री वाइज डेटा की बात करते हैं, तो इट मे बी चांसेस कि अगर कोई पैटर्न चेंज हो रहा है, तो जो हेल्थ केयर है, जो साइंटिस्ट है, they can do the brainstorming and they finally showed कि yes, there is just something is different from the routine pattern, and it may be chances कि they can discover the disease on their earlier base pattern. और अगर कोई चीज disease, if the monitor in preliminary way, it is a better chances to prevent or treat the disease, so that disease can be better treatable. Second important thing, if the treatment fails, if the treatment fails in a particular population or particular type of age group, then it could be traced very sooner or efficient manner, and then their solution should be then their solutions would be optimized. Because first we have to know the problems, then we find the solution. अगर हमें प्रॉब्लम्स ही नहीं पता है, तो हम सॉल्यूशंस कैसे करेंगे ना? तो फर्स्ट, बाय एनालाइजिंग, क्रिटिकली एनालाइजिंग दिस डेटा, we have to find out the problems. After finding the problems, we can find out the solutions. Third, it is very important on the point of researchers and physicians to analyze the data in a historical manner. For example, length of stay, patient having surgery, patient that is vulnerable for medical complications, patient that is susceptible for antibiotic resistance. So in this way, this is very important. Now, second important thing is the gauging effectiveness of drugs and finding a cure. As you know, in the worldwide, there are so many discoveries. There are so many things are discovered year date. However, जैसे citrus food है, all of you know कि citrus food is used for treating the scurvy disease, and it is discovered in 1700th century. And if we discuss the insulin, so insulin can be used for the treatment of diabetes, and it is discovered in 1920. So इनकी जो डिस्कवरी हुई, इट इज अ वेरी लॉन्ग वे, एंड इट विल टेक द न्यू randomized clinical trials. So in both the disease, one thing is the common, that what is this? That is the reliable method of diagnostic. First of all, if any disease is in existing, तो first we have to know the reliable method of diagnosis. अगर हमारी diagnostic ही ठीक नहीं होगी, तो how we can determine कि yes, patient is suffering from particular disease or not. So first, reliable method of diagnostic, then predictable clinical course, and finally significant and noticeable effect of the treatment. If we all these things, if we coupled together, then automatic intelligence in this era, and this era is the healthcare era. After COVID-19, healthcare industries boom up, so this is the healthcare era. और we can say कि अगर हम रूटीन जैसे ट्रेडिशनल अप्रोच पे ही जाते हैं, देन आरसीटी जो होती है, इट्स अ वेरी टाइम कंज्यूमिंग, एक्सपेंसिव, और मे बी आफ्टर 15 to 20 years साइंटिस्ट कोई ड्रग डिस्कवर करता है, उससे क्लिनिकल ट्रायल्स करता है, प्री क्लिनिकल स्टडीज करता है, मे बी इट शोड वेरी गुड थेरापेटिक इफेक्ट इन प्री क्लिनिकल वे, बट whenever he will plan for clinical studies की trial मिलना है, approval मिलना, it is also a very difficult way. Finally, if he take a permission from the stethoscope, yes, you can now go through the clinical trials. So this is also having a 3 stage. Maybe आपकी कोई formulation है, it cross the phase 1, maybe phase 2 पे ये नहीं उसको क्रॉस कर पाए. इन द केस ऑफ वैक्सीन, एवरीबॉडी नो कि कोरोना वैक्सीन के साथ, तो देयर इज सो मेनी टाइम्स ऑफ पेशेंट, साइंटिस्ट के इतने एफर्ट्स होते हैं कि दे आर डूइंग देयर वर्क डे एंड नाइट. or maybe after 15-20 years it is not sure that their formulation will be commercialized or it is in the market. So RCT is very time consuming and it is very expensive, and it cannot answer all the questions. So by utilizing such type of intelligence techniques, we can cut down some steps. So the evidence that is generated from the real world, they may provide the valuable information, and in addition to RC, they can support the clinical decision making. So yes, of course, we can go through the traditional way. Maybe it is difficult and it is a very expensive way, but by using the smart approach, today's approach, maybe chances of success is increased. Third one is the clinical decision support. So the data that we have collected in the healthcare team, they are comes from the electronic health records, clinical decision support system, government source, laboratory, pharmacy, of course, insurance companies, social media, smartphone apps, sensor-based health devices. These are the ways so that we can gather the data from the that can be used for the clinical decision. The first beneficial aspect क्या होता है? Cloud computing data storage. सारा डेटा एक जगह पे है and it can enables the healthcare professionals and the patient or citizen to access their data at any time and at any place. And most important thing कि अब now clinicians or doctors को they don't, if they don't want to move their hospital, they are in their home, so they and then their home they can access their data and they can discuss with their colleagues or their seniors for brainstorming and find out the proper cause. Or healthcare professionals, they can share their information, exchange their information with their seniors or other locations, so they can find out the possible medical options. So these data can be ultimately used for the clinical decisions. Next is the patient empowerment. Yes, this type of data can be used for the patient empowerment. How it is important? Because uh, if any person visit a doctor's clinic, then if he listens uh, some types of words that is not known by his or her, तो वो क्या करेगा? First he will googling, बस वो एक्सप्लोर करेगा नेट पे कि व्हाट इज द एग्जैक्ट थिंग्स, है ना? अभी वो नहीं है कि पहले होता था डॉक्टर ने जैसा किया, प्रिस्क्रिप्शन में लिखा, हमने दवाइयां ली और शुरू कर दी. नाउ एवरीबॉडी इज कीन एंड they have resources to collect the basic health or medical information plus the latest development, the various treatment modalities. अभी ऐसा नहीं है कि सोरियासिस क्या है या दूसरी डिसीज कैंसर क्या है, किसी को पता ही नहीं है क्या होता है. बेसिक चीजें एवरीबडी नोज. It is not limited up to the patients, not limited up to the doctors or the pharmacist or the nurses or the scientist. Now the patient is also very intelligent. They have some basic information about their health records. They now ask a more important question with the pharmacist or with the doctors, and well informed question, and their prior knowledge ultimately reduce the time. Nobody think कि अगर पेशेंट को कुछ पता है तो they can ask the question about query wise, but in a next level. Initially नहीं पूछेगा क्योंकि basic information he also know. So this can ultimately reduce the time that is necessary to explain the medical information to the patient. And by utilizing this latest technology, they are more likely to adhere the prescribed medicated treatment plans. अभी ऐसा नहीं होता है कि पहले क्या होता था, 5 दिन की दवाई डॉक्टर ने दी, 2 दिन में ठीक हो गया तो आपने उसको ड्रॉप कर दिया 3 दिन. अभी ऐसे नहीं होता है. So because by applying this latest technology, patients are know कि if they drop out their treatment strategy in a midway, so this can be effect in a again another way. You can say कि another way, maybe lethal, or your body is resistant to that particular medications. So that their data analytics, their information that can add to making a collaborative patient and physician decision, and it will also allow to share the information. So there are 4 types of application that we can use such type of healthcare analytics data for improving the present healthcare conditions. Now the next thing is the digital healthcare. Now the digital healthcare is a very vast technology, and is a very wide way it is used. So if we can discuss according to the FDA, so the providers and the stakeholders, all they use the digital health tools. What is the purpose of this digital health tools? They can reduce the inefficiency. Yes, they can improve the access to care, they can reduce the cost, they can increase the quality of life, and they can make medicine that is more personalized for the patient, because this is a time that personalized medicine is in a trending way. So it is a era, and this personalized medicine is in very approaching way. So pharmacist, if we can consider about the pharmacist point of view, so pharmacists are the last healthcare persons or healthcare professional in which the patient interacts. Because in India, डॉक्टर के पास गया पेशेंट, उसने अपने सिम्टम्स बताए, डॉक्टर ने सिम्टम्स नोटिफाई किए, प्रिस्क्राइब कर दिए, मेडिसिन को प्रिस्क्राइब किया, बट क्योंकि डॉक्टर के पास इतना टाइम ही नहीं होता है, डॉक्टर के ऊपर बर्डन बहुत है, सो फार्मासिस्ट आर आल्सो देयर, दे कैन हेल्प द पेशेंट, they can they are the last healthcare persons, so that the patient can interact in a easy way, and they can find the ideal capacities to provide the certain digital health service. So ultimately pharmacist having the capacities. Now the digital health for the pharma industry, how they can increase the medication adherence. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल वी नो कि हाउ, जैसे मैंने आपको पहले बताया था कि बाय यूटिलाइजिंग दिस टेक्नोलॉजी पेशेंट कैन मोर एडहियर फॉर मेडिकेशन. सो हाउ दे कैन वर्क, फॉर एग्जांपल एवरीबॉडी हैव अ स्मार्टफोन, एंड इफ यू हैव अ डायबिटिक और बीपी पर्सन, ब्लड प्रेशर है आपको, देन स्मार्टफोन्स मे बी अ revolutionary phase. They are a game changer in the last few years. Patients can receive automated text or calls to let them know when to take their medication or refill their prescription, or they have that scheduled time to visit the clinics, the doctors clinics, or what they missed. So there are several types of apps that is installed in the smartphones, and they are the game changer, and they can use in a better way. So data collected from the digital health tools that helps to create the best practice method, and they can expand our current understanding of the disease and reduce the unnecessary healthcare resources. So digital health tools is also very important. By utilizing these digital health tools, pharmacists can note it down all these things, and they are able to improve 60% more improvement by utilizing by employing such type of benefits. They are numbered as patient information, access to patient information. Patient information, they are also collected on the data or digital health, conducting the medication reviews, targeting the inappropriate medication use, performing the medication reconciliation, pharmacist prescribing activities, community of patient care, and potential drug related problems. All these are things that can be improved by utilizing such type of digital health tools. So we can explore the internet or Google, then we find out there are several paper published, or there are several studies that are linked to use such type of mobile health apps that can use to improve the medication adherence for patient that is ultimately affected with the chronic health conditions. And such type of apps that can be utilized in a way that can be effective and appropriate for the patient managing their health in health in their home setting condition. If a person that is trained or a patient that is trained by the pharmacist or a doctor or a healthcare team, then he or she is able to monitor their health in their home. So every time they have no need to visit the hospitals, clinics. अगर वो नहीं जाते हैं तो ultimately their traveling time, their exertion time, they are reduced, cut down. And readmission of hospitals, every time अगर वो hospital में जाएगा तो uh, he pays the fee, so that may also reduced. So it is also a very smart way to cut down all these things. Pharmacist assisted telemedicine, now it is a very powerful techniques. Pharmacists, there are several types of apps that you also heard, and I think we all are pharmacists, so we all have installed in our phone. Ki telemedicine is also a powerful tool to help the control by hypertension. So there was significant improvement in the blood pressure for patient who received the pharmacist assisted telehealth interventions. Yes, today we discuss the telemedicines with the pharmacist in our university. In our university is a Delhi Pharmaceutical Sciences and Research University, and along with the pharmacy, we also have a physiotherapy department. So in physiotherapy, teletherapy is also important in COVID time. Our physiotherapist, because there is a free OPD in the our campus, so patient आते थे और अपना treatment कराते थे, they are very satisfying. So अभी COVID में सारा कुछ बंद हो गया, then the patients contacted with the physiotherapist by the telephonic way, and with the help of telephonic call, there are so many patients, they are treated by the telephonic call. So along with the pharmacy in physiotherapy, it is also a very emerging area, it is a very boom up area. By because farmer, आपको पता होगा ना physiotherapy में, तो if you go to the physiotherapy clinic, there are so many machines, or the physiotherapist can manually uh, monitor your conditions, and they can advise you the different type of exercises or different types of according to your body जो भी आपको problem है. But on the basis of telecall, they and by giving a YouTube link, or they are giving a video, the patient is treated their self, and this is a very emerging technique in the physiotherapy also. So everybody knows that in last 9 months we have faced the COVID-19. So how pharmacists serve the community during the COVID-19 crisis? Because uh, in the starting phase we have seen that every type of government policy, there is a role of doctors. Nobody wants to listen the voice of the pharmacist, but doctor and nurses. But pharmacist is equally important. Pharmacist not a drug seller or drug buyer, and it is also pharmacists also serve the community during the COVID-19 crisis. How I just compile some things. First, pharmacists, nowadays there are several types of pharmacists that we can discuss later. So first type of infectious disease pharmacist. Now the pharmacist is also a different types according to their expertise. If the pharmacist is having the expertise on the infectious disease, their treatment, their prevention, and their symptoms, so they are considered as the category of infectious disease pharmacist. So as the member of hospital-based team, there are several types of infectious disease pharmacists, and by utilizing their expertise, they can promote to appropriate use of antibiotics and antiviral medications, so that patient can treat in a well manner, and they and if the person is having a greater risk for contracting COVID-19 and other disease. Second, infectious disease pharmacists are also experts on stopping the spread of disease in a patient or a population by advising or by giving the awareness. You should follow such type of steps, so that if you are infected with a particular type of disease, then the surrounding person, the person that is surrounding to you, they are not infected with that disease. है ना? And hospital pharmacists, how hospital pharmacists play an important role to prevent the spread of COVID-19. Hospital pharmacists that play a vital role in managing the medications therapy of patients who are hospitalized due to COVID-19 or the related illness. So such type of pharmacists can help to care for patients with underlying their medical chronic medical condition, and they are make more vulnerable for the viruses. For example, if the person is having already the lung disease or cancer, heart failure or diabetes, so hospital pharmacists can aware such type of patient ki how they can follow such type of steps. There are a list of steps they can follow so they can prevent uh, to affect the COVID-19. Industry pharmacists, yes, industry pharmacists also play a very important role. As you know कि they in the internet, if you search the treatment approach, there are so many research paper and reviews paper that are published in this year. They are most of the 80-90% paper are related to COVID-19, their treatment approach, their repurposing of the drugs, or the symptoms, or the virus ki pathophysiology. Every 80% paper that is published in this year, they are related to directly or indirectly related to the corona COVID-19. So industry pharmacists also play a very important role to prepare, designing and formulation of medications, either medication in herbal or allopathy, or repurposing of the drugs, or preparing the vaccines. Because till date we not having the vaccine, but we have a hope ki there are so many vaccines in the pipeline stage, and we are hoping ki and very soon we will get out the vaccines, and that will also work. But recently we all of you have heard the news in UK. It's there are a different type of strain, coronavirus का strain है, that is found, it is very dangerous, very lethal, and mortality rate is very high. So वायरस का नेचर ही होता है, ही के वायरस अपना जो स्ट्रेन है बहुत जल्दी चेंज करता है अपनी प्रॉपर्टी. सो इट इज ऑल्सो अ वेरी बोलना चाहिए कि इट्स अ वेरी challenging phase ki industry pharmacist or industry person that is work on the industry pharmaceutical industry or scientist, they are involved to prepare such type of vaccines or medicines. They have face issue ki ab now they have issue ki जो change हुआ है virus का pattern, accordingly they prepare the formulation. So industry pharmacists also work in a variety of roles, including a drug development and the delivery. Or there are so many pharmacists in the pharmaceutical industry. They are collectively work on the laboratory to develop and designing the medications and vaccines to prevent and treat the illness. So I just want to share here that industry pharmacists also play a very important role in COVID-19 crisis. Now the compounding pharmacy, actually compounding pharmacy is a very traditional way. Now compounding pharmacist is not existed. And compounding pharmacists with a personalized medication based on their preference and restriction. But in India, उनका जो charm है, it is very less. So due to the shortage in many communities, now compounding pharmacies have started to prepare hand sanitizers that is having the alcohol plus aloe vera. Because जब भी we are using the alcohol based sanitizer, तो dryness, roughness का एक issue था that can be solved by the aloe vera. That is a key ingredient. So now compounding pharmacists is trained or inclined their way to prepare such short type of formulation, simple type of formulation. For example, alcohol-based sanitization. So these are different types of pharmacists and their role. Now there are several types of ways by using their way. We pharmacists can use their ways to prevent the spread of COVID-19. First of all, by educating the public. Of course, media is a very important way. Media play a very important role. लेकिन pharmacist play important role by educating the public. Pharmacists across the country, they can especially those who work with the members on the public on a daily basis. They have an unique position they have a unique category, and they can educate the people about COVID-19 and how it spreads. And pharmacists are such type of alarming person that their knowledge is necessary to make informed and healthy decisions. Pharmacists can make, by utilizing their knowledge, they can take a healthy decisions. Second is the sharing the reliable sources, because in internet, if a common people, they don't understand the terms of medication or other things, so they can rely on any information. But internet is filled up of several type of information, in which some of कुछ फेक भी है आपकी, कुछ एक्यूरेट भी है, कुछ डेटा बेस्ड है. So if a pharmacist is sharing any information, he or she can share any reliable sources to aware the public. And it is a very highly educated health professional pharmacist that is able to share the reliable and accurate information about the coronavirus with their patient and the public. So it is very important कि persons जो है that is grasp the knowledge with the reliable source. So these knowledge are about the spread of COVID-19, and it is a very possible treatment option, their prevention method, and they are able to help the reduce panic and prevent the spread of such a deadly disease. Now, this is a very generalized thing that I have to actually, मैंने थोड़ा सा आपको स्टार्टिंग में रिसेंट से ट्रेडिशनल वे में हम मेरा प्रेजेंटेशन है, इस तरीके से मैंने अप्रोच करके बनाया था. तो फर्स्ट वी हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड द हेल्थ, डिसीज एंड एनवायरमेंटल इम्पैक्ट. देन बाय balancing the theme, I have added the well-being. Then we have discussed the healthcare analytics, then digital health tool, then the role of pharmacist. Now, what is the pharmacist? The pharmacist क्या है? Pharmacist, that is the pharmacist is a person that can advise the physician and other health practitioners on the selection, doses, interaction, and the side effect of the medical. Pharmacist is a person that is having the full knowledge of about the medications. You can say, or on pharmacist day, everybody says that pharmacist is a person that can give life to the medicine. Doctors can give life to the patient, but pharmacist is a person that can give life to the medicine. So pharmacist is the master of medicines. So pharmacists can counsel the clients and solve their queries about the prescriptions, about the drug administration, or the drug dispense in a written manner, or they can aware the patient about the possible adverse drug reaction or the drug interaction if the patient having the affected with the other disease. So what is the chances of drug interaction? So all these things the pharmacist is having the full knowledge. By their knowledge and their expertise, they can clear the every doubts of the patients. Plus they can advise the patient for particular medical equipments and home healthcare supplies, because digital healthcare tool ho ya data ho, if any person is not available to train the person, then how we can produce the data? So without pharmacist or without any experienced person or the skilled person, this such type of data generation is not possible. So pharmacy is a very important part. So I just whenever I explore the Google, I just see the abbreviation of the pharmacist. Even I don't know even today. So P in pharmacist, P for patience, H for honesty, A for alertness, R for research, M for motivator, A for administrator, C for courageous, I for intelligence, S for studious, and T for thinker. So you can see there are so many qualities that is having a pharmacist. So pharmacist is a बोलना चाहिए it's full of quality. So pharmacist can be an integral part of the community, and it serves an important source of the knowledge. In modern day, pharmacists should be trained in such a manner, and so they can execute their knowledge in a very proper way. First, role of pharmacist is to determine the optimal drug therapy for a particular patient. It is very important for a patient कि they can take their drug therapy in a very optimized manner so that they can prevent the drug interaction or the potential side effects. So pharmacist is a connecting link between the patients and the doctors, or you can say health अच्छी होगी तो wellness भी होगी, so health and wellness. Counseling on various disease condition. Pharmacist that is also having the full knowledge of particular disease, so he or she can counsel the patients on particular disease or their disease condition, their symptoms, their causative factors, their treatment approach, their prevention. So there are many approaches so that pharmacist can aware the patient by providing the education and promotion of the general health of the public. They can aware the public. They also provide the information about the immunization for public. So in today's scenario, what is the current role of the pharmacist? As we know, today's the latest concept in medicine is the individualization of drug therapy. And if we discuss the individualization of drug therapy, that means a judicious patient care is also needed, because pharmacist or doctor is responsible for providing the individualized drug therapy, because patient is not so much trained कि he or she can easily take or administer such a type of disease. They needs the some support. So pharmacists provide the support and they can monitor the patient take the proper type of drug therapy. So pharmacist can play a vital role. A physician that is preoccupied with so many patient diagnosis or treatment, and they have no such time, sparing time for patient counseling regarding the pharmacoeconomics, drug information, drug interaction, alternative therapy, moral support, all these things. So now there is a role start from the pharmacist. Pharmacist is a person that can clear all about doubts of the patients related to all these things. A pharmacist can set up a separate consultation room and provide counseling to the patient. Yes, in India also, in several type of center, they have a patient counseling center. In our university, it is also up and on the way in processing. So now, patient counseling service, it is also a emerging area in which the patient can clear all of their doubts. So they can easily patient is pharmacist is a person that can easily convince the patient for an and by giving the proper knowledge. Next, the pharmacist is a person that can monitor to rational use of drugs. How they can, so the in this community pharmacist can play an important role. They can discuss with the administration on the medication. They can provide the information on the storage of the medication, on whatever the necessary. They can counsel the patient. Drug information service, yes, in our university we have also a drug information system. So this is also emerging area from a pharmacist, where a pharmacist is counsel the patient about the drug information and community. Believe me, doctors jo hote, they also don't know so much exhaust knowledge about the medicines as a pharmacist know. So community pharmacists, they also do the therapy drug monitoring, and they have a sound knowledge about the genotyping reporting, and this is also used for pharmacovigilance or adverse reaction. So we can see an overall way in a nutshell, there should be rational use of drugs, means right drug in a right patient in a right dose at a right time, and it is the duty of pharmacist. A community pharmacist, one of the members of the healthcare team, who can achieve such type of goals by giving the proper knowledge, by giving the proper counseling, so that patient can administer the proper rational use of drug. Nutritional counseling, yes, pharmacists also play an important role for nutritional counseling, because if a person is having a disease, that means maybe कि जो उसकी diet होगी, it may be समथिंग डिफरेंट, वो आप रूटीन डाइट नहीं ले सकता है इन सम डिसीजेस। जैसे डायबिटीज है, तो डायबिटीज में यू हैव टू स्टिक ऑन द स्पेशल टाइप ऑफ डाइट, आप रूटीन डाइट नहीं ले सकते हो। तो न्यूट्रिशनल काउंसलिंग इज ऑल्सो emerging area from a pharmacist. Community pharmacist then can also play a significant role for assuring that patient can take a adequate nutrition by advising his patient. They can advise the patient by basic food needs, keeping to correct improper food habits in the children. This is also a different section. And they can advise on special requirements, suggesting special diet instructions for diabetic patient or people that is having some type of food allergy. So they can prepare such type of nutritional chart, so they can uh, aware the persons of patient. And participating in the school lunch program and schemes, there are so many schemes available in the schools. That is why the government implemented in rural areas. They can there visit and observe their conditions, because in a growing child, what is the necessary requirement for the ग्रोइंग चाइल्ड, उसको कितना कार्बोहाइड्रेट चाहिए, प्रोटीन चाहिए, फैट चाहिए, कितना विटामिन चाहिए, हाउ मच टाइप ऑफ ओमेगा फैटी एसिड्स दे आर रिक्वायर्ड फॉर शार्पनिंग द ब्रेन, growing the brain. It is also very important. So this is nutritional counseling, it's also a very important emerging field. Now, patent application, drug registration, and clinical trials. Pharmacists also play a very important all these things. Suppose if a pharmacist is in a scientist and he or she should discover any new thing, or in market tak aane mein it will take time, because commercialization is not easy. In lab work, optimization, designing, and preclinical study, maybe it is easy, but if any formulation reached into the commercial way, it will take so much time and so much expense. So that time person is file the patent, they can protect their research by the way of patent. Now the time is the patent and product oriented. पहले publications पे ज्यादा होता था, now this is the time to protect your research, so patent is the way. So pharmacist is having a person that is having the proper knowledge, and it is he or she is the understand all the type of information that is required for the patent and authorized submission. Yes, of course, patent attorney is also available in, they can file the patent. And pharmacist also has the knowledge of drug and healthcare provisions that is required to facilitate the collaboration between the companies, healthcare professionals, and in government, so that they can take the permission from the for the clinical trials and their surveillance. So it is also important. If you want to commercialize any formulation, so before from going to lab work to market, it will take so much time. And the pharmacist, of course, is a link that is having some experience or some knowledge. Research and development, pharmacists also contribute for the research and their expansion expertise in the formulation development. अगर मैं अपनी बात करूँ, I am a pharmaceutics person and my expertise in the formulation designing. So if I want to formalize a psoriasis anti-psoriatic formulation, because if you screen the marketed formulation that is available for the psoriasis, no formulation is available that can properly cure the psoriatic persons. So if we want to prepare a psoriatic formulation, then first we have to understand the concept of psoriatic pathophysiology. Then we have to understand the marketed approach, then their drawbacks. Then by utilizing the newer techniques, we can design the formulation. Then this formulation go to the preclinical level. After passing the clinical level, it goes to the GMP level plant. Yes, your technique that you employed for the formulation designing, it can use for the large level preparation, because sometimes in labs में जो आप formulation बनाते हो, it is in very short quantity, but जो चीज market में बनती है, जो industries को grasp करती है, it is in higher tons of amount. So maybe it is a chances कि आपकी वो technology वहाँ पर fail हो जाए, है ना?
So then in the next step, after preclinical, you can go to the GMP plants where you will prepare the pilot plant level formulation. Then you can go to the SDISCO, then taking the clinical trial approval, then academic clinical trial and clinical trial. Then any formulation comes into the market. So pharmacists also play important role in research and development, and almost type of formulation they are designed or discovered by the pharmacist, because pharmacist is having a full knowledge of how they can manipulate the designing, their excipient, their ingredients, their stability, how they can manipulate it. Manufacture and quality assurance, I would not go to the detail because everybody know कि manufacture and quality assurance में क्या role होता है pharmacist का. Yes, pharmacist is the first person of the healthcare system that play a very important role. Pharmacist is a field, a healthcare field, first type of healthcare field that is having a very important role. So academic pharmacist, industrial pharmacist, community pharmacist, clinical pharmacist, and hospital pharmacist. Pharmacist is having a very vast role in every field. Pharmacists working in different fields of the profession, and that is directly or indirectly related to the nation's health, and ultimately it is the responsibility of the pharmacist कि patient is having the right drug to right patient at a right time, at the right dose, in a right route, in a right way. So you have find here 6 right, and all these responsibility of the pharmacist. So you can now you can think if how pharmacists is play an integral role in healthcare system. Pharmacist is a very important person that play a very important role in healthcare system. I would not go to the detail. I request to Priyanka ma'am, please share this link to the participant after this presentation. Drug labels, everybody know कि a pharmacist is a person that is having the full knowledge of drug labels, which type of information we can display it on the drug labels, because time is constant, time is already 2:48. Priyanka ma'am, can I take more than 5 to 10 minutes to just summarize the presentation?
Yes, yes, ma'am. You are having that.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, I have also shared the link, YouTube link in the chat box.
Okay. Because I don't see the chat box. I am in the presentation mode now, so I just only see the presentation. So this is the drug labels that pharmacist is having the full knowledge. Drug packaging, it is also a very emerging area, because pharmacist is a person that is having the full knowledge of package. Which type of now material science is also a field. So by collaborate with material science and pharmacist, they can prepare a very unique type of packaging, because packaging very important. If we discuss the vaccine की अगर हम बात करते हैं और कोई कोविड की वैक्सीन आ जाती है, तो you all of you know, सबने सुना होगा कि it needs -40 degree or -80 degree. So first of all, we need to packaging system. We have to establish such type of packaging system so that this vaccine can be easily preserved, because storage is also important. So you have to also knowledge of the material science कि which type of, because cold chain shipping is also important है ना. अगर वैक्सीन की बात करते हैं तो it may be it is the chances कि there are so many products, and in some type of product they are required a different type of packaging. For example, वैक्सीन जैसे मैंने आपको बताया, तो you don't have the option कि आप उसको नॉर्मल पैकेजिंग में करो, then there is no use, वो खराब हो जाएगी, स्टेबल ही नहीं होगी. सो स्पेशल प्रोडक्ट्स, especially in case of biologics, we need the special type of packaging. So by utilizing this area or by exploring such type of area, you can also master of packaging. OTC medications, pharmacist is very well known person. She know ki which type of drugs can be on the OTC available. Drug interaction, yes, I already discussed drug interaction. Which type of drug you used, और अभी आपको कोई डिसीज हो गई तो which type of drugs or prescribed by the doctor. कहीं ना कहीं दोनों ड्रग्स अफेक्ट तो नहीं करें, इंट्रैक्शन तो नहीं, तो दिस इज ऑल्सो वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. फार्मासिस्ट इज अ पर्सन दैट कैन हैंडल द हैजार्डस ड्रग, जैसे साइटोटॉक्सिक ड्रग होती है, इट इज ऑल्सो वेरी कोरोसिव मटेरियल, और कोई रेडियो फार्मास्यूटिकल्स होती तो फार्मासिस्ट के लिए की जॉब आसान नहीं है. इट इज अ वेरी डिफिकल्ट जॉब, challenging job you can say. Pharmacist is a person that can handle the hazardous drug, or it can also create the disease. मान लो cytotoxic drugs होती हैं, they can also create a disease. So evolution of the pharmacist role in traditional scientific clinical and pharmaceutical care in 4 stages. Traditionally में क्या होता था? First pharmacognosy and general pharmacy था, that is used for techniques for preparing the medication. Scientific में the pharmacology and pharmaceutical branches emerged by utilizing the scientific knowledge. Then pharmaceutical care area में the medication that is utilized, they have monitored for their therapy response, है ना. And now pharmacy workplace community है, hospital pharmacy, industry pharmacy है. There are so many options. Healthcare है, education है, so many options are available. I will not go to the detail of that. Nuclear pharmacy, institutional pharmacy, इसके में भी hospital pharmacy, home healthcare pharmacy is also available, also a newer part. Pharmacy, long-term care facility, it is also comes under the institutional pharmacy. Managed care, and the other name of managed care is the health maintenance organization. It is a type of health insurance system. Everybody in this era, everybody wants to have a health insurance system. तो इससे भी जो डेटा क्रिएट होते हैं, that is ultimately go to the healthcare practitioners. So it is a new form of healthcare system. Now there are so many domain that I have compiled. How we can define the ambulatory pharmacy practice, patient care delivery and integration. Pharmacists that is involved in the ambulatory care service, they must collaborate with the patient, caregivers, healthcare professionals to establish the consistent and sustainable model. They can also use their data to sustainable business models. Pharmacists must be recognized as a healthcare provider. Outcome evaluation. Pharmacist is a person that has properly monitored, observe every aspects of the person, so they can easily evaluate the outcome, and they can by discuss with logically, they can use their knowledge to better outcome or better treatment approach. There are so many 4 types of advanced existing practice models are available in the pharmacy world. Evolution of pharmacy, primary care, medication therapy management, transition of care, and annual wellness visits. I will not go to the detail of that. So where do we go next? First, we have to understand the provider status. Provider means the pharmacist that can participate in the Medicare program and bill for service that are within their state, or you can say attending the provider state at the federal level that does not expand the pharmacist scope. What is an impact on patient care? If achieving the provider status, that is consistent access to the care that improves the safety, quality outcomes, and decrease cost. In 2014, if we discuss the data, then 30 million people gained access to medical care. Now, 17,000 primary care physicians are currently needed, and more than 40,000 are needed in 2025. Aging population, they also needs a space